Thursday brings us to the Belvedere pub, my favourite open mic night and the first place I ever performed. This week marks 1 year since I came here to sing in front of strangers for the first time. I was so nervous I nearly had to call an ambulance. It's held in a cosy, intimate room upstairs and it's completely unplugged. The host is the fantastic John Witherspoon, who has just released an inspiring album called Heart In, Head Out. He has a great way of making the performers feel welcome and has fostered an environment that is inclusive. This is like our own little folky Greenwich Village.
'96 and October 14th, my first day.
Can you talk a little bit about how this unplugged open mic started?
I turned up here with all the gear, didn't know how tiny the room was, so I turned up with PA. Great musician we know called Guy was playing, and in the middle of his set we had a big power cut all around this. Maybe
the entire block?
For like half a mile or so, and everyone was gone, so we just carried on, we lit candles and stuff and we carried on the night, and then very quickly I thought, well, we didn't need all the speakers in the first place.
Dublin on my mind.
I was so glad to see Barry Jones there following his monumental set at the Monday Club. Before we started, I had the pleasure of asking him a few questions.
I've got a mate who's called Gary and his brother's called Terry.
Are you filming this?
I am, yeah. So yeah, while I've got you on the camera, could you talk a little bit about the Monday Club this week?
About this week specifically? Or?
Yeah, well, we just mentioned about having a song sung about you in your presence. How did that make you feel?
It made me feel a bit uneasy, I have to say. Because it's never happened before, and I didn't know the reason why the song was written about me, but I didn't know what the words said really, so it was a bit strange, but Tom's a good friend, so and to see a song sung by Tom and by Danny Bradley as well was like a real treat anyway, great musicians. So.
Do you get nervous in the Monday Club when you perform?
Well, I had this conversation with somebody who was like worried about getting nervous, and I did say to them that I get nervous if I'm going to perform, but only like a little bit. But I don't really get nervous at the Monday Club, I have to say.
Right.
I got a bit nervous today because I was singing at a funeral.
Right.
And it's not the first time I've sung at a funeral, but it was the funeral of my bandmate. So it was a strange thing to do. But it was nice to be able to do. It was a privilege to be able to do. For those who were here earlier, the conversation, the sad occasion of the funeral of my bandmate, we were a duo. So I'm now a solo act. I played at the funeral. They asked me to play something, and this was the song that I played. So, I think I managed to get through it all day, all right. It's an old blues song, and it's called St James Infirmary Blues. I went down to old Joe's barroom, corner by the square. The drinks were all served as usual, and the usual crowd was there.
And then at the Monday Club, when you got up and sang, the reception from the room was quite extraordinary, don't you think?
Overpowering, I thought. Yeah, no, it was very humbling. It was lovely. I mean, it was nice. I think I mean, me singing the song, which Ronnie and I used to perform all the time, elicited that response. But you know, I didn't feel like it was just for me singing the song. It was about the whole thing and about the memory of Ronnie, really. You know? So it was lovely to be part of, as well as the warmth in the room was just fabulous.
And now where's me fucking sausage, you bastard?
I mean, it was steeped in meaning, I think, and you know, like.
Yeah, it carries a little bit of extra meaning, well, you know, and I think Ian felt it as well, you know.
Right, you could feel that in his introduction.
Absolutely. Well, he always introduces me nicely, if you like, you know. He always bigs it up. But when he came back on stage, he was actually emotional. I could see emotion in him, you know. So, and I thought that was. That was moving in itself for me, you know.
Right.
So,
We fucking love you, Barry. We love you. God bless you, Ronnie. Put your hands together with the Southbound Attic Band!
It was one of the nicest of the Monday clubs. Apart from the fact that Ronnie wasn't there, of course, you know. The absence of a friend. You know.
Right. And then I first seen you here at the Belv, and you play different songs at the Monday Club and at the Belv.
Yes.
Do you what is that because of a different kind of atmosphere, a different vibe, or?
Yeah, it is a different atmosphere. It's very acoustic here, and I also think that the Cavern Pub is the sort of thing where you have to have a little bit more presence with your songs, because otherwise the audience, who aren't necessarily just there to listen to the music, will maybe you'll lose them a little bit. So I mean, and I have to do Hide the Sausage. Each time. I've played it probably 400 times, you know. I play it each week and it gets a good reception, so I don't change that, you know. Whereas here I can play songs which are a little bit more thoughtful, you know.
Introspective or personal?
Introspective, personal. Songs that I wouldn't normally do at the Monday Club. My mother would have been 100 today. So, the remarkable thing was that she had me when she was 75. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, she died about 4 years ago, and she was deaf and blind at the time. She's obviously deteriorated quite a lot. But she was an Irish woman, and so I wrote this song for her because she used to like to travel, and then she wasn't able to travel anymore because she was deaf and blind. And 90 something, you know. So I wrote this song for her, so probably suitable to do it today, I think, if you don't mind. It's called My Irish Home. It's not just about my mum, it's about people who go, not just women, but particularly women who go to another country or wherever and raise a family, and that becomes their new home, whereas they still have that link back to where they were from. So it's called My Irish Home. Her eyes are not what they once were, and the glow of the electric fire reminds her of the burning turf as she turns the radio higher. Her son, old Daniel O'Donnell's son, she loves him best of all. And Yates' lost Isle of Innisfree is framed there in the hall. And she listens to Auntie Erin, in her mind she takes a tour. From Foxford Mill and Castlebar, Gunnagon and Donegal. And though she still thinks of them as home, she will travel there no more. Cause her heart remains where she raised her boys, Liverpool and the Thornby Shore.
Our dear friend, please give it up for Mr. Kieran Smith.
going to be 1 year since I first came here, which is the first place I ever played anywhere.
It's flown.
Yeah. So this open mic will always have a special place for me. I'm going to try some new songs. I don't think you realize. No. This is love and I can't fight it. Sometimes there's no compromise. There will never be a substitute for what you mean to me. It's clear to see. I need to be brave. Only I could be brave. This song I wrote, like, I've been able to sleep the last few days, so I was up at night, I wrote it at like 5 o'clock in the morning when the sun was like cracking the flags. And I'm gonna try it. Falling deeper every day. And I've got nothing left to say. I think it's not ready because I've like switched the lyrics around.
After I got done embarrassing myself, we were treated to a new original song from Alex Barber.
I saw your eyes, I could not hide. In my heart I knew I'd been waiting for you. Pastoral scene of a gallant sound, the bulging eyes and the twisted mouth.
Hello, that's right. Separate myself.
Shannon turned up late after hosting a Red Shutter Club event in Ditto Coffee and closed the night out. The bartender came up at 11 with a cob on and told us we need to leave as he's waiting to go home. John then broke the news that this would be his last night hosting this open mic, which kind of broke my heart. In retrospect, I hadn't expected that this would be my last night here too, but there's something poetic about playing one last time exactly 1 year after making my debut here as a performer.